Today, is the upgrade to the PS5 version of Horizon Forbidden West free? Yes. Or no, but now yes. This is CheckPoint. Welcome to CheckPoint. It's time to party.
And by party, you mean read the news, right?
Well, yes, obviously. It's been like 440 episodes. We're not going to just randomly change the format now.
Why even try to make the joke? It's kind of insulting to the viewer's intelligence. They're not going to believe that it's time to party.
Sometimes my jokes are just for me.
Oh. All of my jokes are just for me.
Tripwire Interactive CEO John Gibson has stepped down from his role with the company at the conclusion of the finding out phase of a fucking around campaign that started last week when he tweeted support for the U.S. Supreme Court's tacit approval of Texas's new abortion ban. Tripwire makes Shark Simulator Man-Eater and the Killing Floor series, and we imagine most of the employees were pretty startled when John tweeted on September 4th, quote, "As an entertainer, I don't get political often, yet with so many vocal peers on the other side of this issue, I felt it was important to go on the record as a pro-life game developer." Well, John, you know why most game devs don't go on the record with aberrant opinions on reproductive rights? Because then publishing partners like Torn Banner Studios, who make Chivalry 2, don't have to go on Twitter and distance themselves from you. Or co-developers like Shipwright Studios don't have to publicly state that they're canceling their contracts with you. On a long weekend. Can you imagine how fucking irritated whoever does PR for Shipwright must have been to write that over Labor Day? And you know what part about John's tweet bugs me the most? The abortion part, obviously, but the second most, the line, quote, "As an entertainer, I don't get political often," as if entertainers aren't being constantly told to stick to comedy or stick to acting or stick to video games by people who don't want to hear it. That said, I feel like we here are pretty clear on where we stand, but a lot of the time we don't just get online and shout, "Women should get to decide what they do with their bodies," just because it's exhausting to delete all the shitty comments.
A recent podcast interview with Mike Wicken, former creative director of Retro Studios, shed some light on how bad crunch got during the development of Metroid Prime, the first one, on the little purple box, remember? According to Mike, there was a 9-month-long crunch period that he characterized as a death march, where people were basically in the studio 24/7 just to crank through the rest of development. In fact, it was so bad that people were preparing to quit at the end of the project. Mike himself had 2 job offers lined up. But then Retro pulled off a surprising move to retain their employees and eliminate crunch. They let Nintendo buy out the studio. That's right, Nintendo had heard about how bad it was at Retro and decided that they needed to buy the studio and assign them a new boss. In this case, Mike Kelbaugh, Nintendo's own head of QA. Kelbaugh told everyone, "Give me a few weeks to turn it around." And he did. Crunch at Retro nearly evaporated, and Prime 2 and 3 got made needing very little dev crunch. Wicken even pointed out that if you think you know the Metroid Prime crunch story, quote, "probably 3/4 of what you read is wrong," which is just the kind of definitive first-hand statement I love when it comes to silencing Reddit-going idiots. As for all of you AAA companies in our audience that are still battling crunch and looking for a solution, I think I know what it is.
The latest character to become a skin in the Epic Games entertainment omniverse that is Fortnite. Actually, I gotta stop calling it that, because I'm being sarcastic, but they're being serious, and if I keep repeating it, it's just gonna legitimize the buzzwords. The latest character to become a skin in the Epic Games PUBG ripoff and concert series, Fortnite, is a character from the Unreal Engine 5 tech demo. In May 2020, Epic showed off a demo of the frankly astounding graphical capabilities of Unreal 5, with an unnamed woman Lara Crofting her way through a cave. And now, that woman, whose name is apparently Windwalker Echo, is available as a Fortnite skin. Me, adding a previously unnamed tech demo avatar to Fortnite is stupid. Also me, making a tech demo dinosaur the final boss of Astro's Playroom for the PS5 is hilarious and great, actually. Look, what I'm saying is, obviously, I'm not the target demographic, but then literally who is?
Sony done shit the bed again, folks! Not satisfied with definitely on purpose maliciously holding back all the PlayStations 5 they clearly are just hoarding in a subterranean warehouse somewhere, now they have the gall to ask you to pay for your games! Oh, okay, to be clear, what I'm about to describe is actually a bit of a dick move, but just first let me get my shit in, you know? Bastards! Okay. Last year, PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan pledged all Sony cross-gen launch games would include free next-gen upgrades. If it was on the PS4, you could get the PS5 upgrade for free. Simple, straightforward, good customer-focused strategy if you're trying to move games during a pandemic while not being able to meet demand on your next-gen console debut. However, there was a snag called Horizon Forbidden West. Forbidden West was thought to be a PS5 exclusive, given how it was revealed in the PS5 Future of Gaming showcase, but nope, it was also coming to PS4. It did make the cross-gen upgrade list, so at least you could get the PS5 upgrade for free if you weren't lucky enough to win the PS5 purchase lottery this last year. But then earlier this month, Sony announced that Forbidden West no longer had a next-gen upgrade option. But hey, you could get both games if you bought the Digital Deluxe Edition, or the Collector's Edition, or the Regalia Edition, but not the Special Edition, because the Special Edition isn't special enough to have 2 copies of the game. And yes, everyone was pissed off, you guessed it! So pissed off, in fact, that CEO Jim Ryan licked his finger, stuck it in the wind, and said 2 days later, "Who, us? Not do a free cross-gen upgrade for Horizon Forbidden West? What a silly notion. It's back on the list. But this will be the last. Absolutely the last. Final, full stop, never again. Cross my heart and hope to be spanked until my bottom goes purple." So now, every new first-party cross-generation release in the future will offer players a paid current-gen upgrade path option for $10 US. Plans for other third-party games are in effect and also confusing. All offers subject to review without notice. Please see your doctor for details.
Pokemon has found a brand they haven't yet licensed with. I think. Maybe they have. Who can even keep track of these things? The point is, it's Oreo. That's fine. It's barely news. You can buy Oreos with 16 Pokemon designs embossed onto the chocolate biscuit. Cool. Are they different flavors, or at least garish colors to match Charmander or Rowlet? No, it seems like they're just normal Oreos. Why are we telling you this? Well, because according to the YouTube description on the ridiculous trailer they've released, some designs are harder to discover than others. Why? These are literally food. They're all gonna taste the same. Is Nabisco trying to distract us from the fact that their workers have been on strike for a month by creating a secondary market for Oreomon collectors? Gotta eat one of each or you're a shit Pokemon trainer. I'm weirdly annoyed at the notion of a chase biscuit.
Yeah, sure, granted, Pokemoreos are weird, but...
Wait, what? Pokemoreos?
Yeah.
We agreed on Oreomons.
Okay, maybe you and Paul did, but I still conscientiously object! Coming up, if you beat Dr. Tej A. Shah of Zen Family Dental at Smash Brothers, he'll clean your teeth for free. It still doesn't explain why his reminder postcards all say, "Wanna smash?"
Ah! You know he's gonna kick your ass with just some of the cheapest bullshit.
Yeah.
He's gonna, like, he probably does, like, I don't know. He's probably like a pro Smash player or something. Just gonna like just fox and just like.
I wonder if that's his thing. It's like, you know,
chip damage you off the.
He's like fox only, Final Destination.
Ledge denial. Like, there's no way.
Is there some sort of like dentist theme item in Smash Brothers I'm not thinking of?
You could play as Dr. Mario.
Yeah, I guess it's fair.
I would demand he play as Dr. Mario.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll have to play as my profession as well. Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff.
I panicked.
It's probably Jigglypuff.
Just
sure.
be happy I didn't say Solid Snake, because that would have been like a real like, is that what you think you do? It still doesn't explain why his remainder, I was going to say.
Because according to the YouTube description, the YouTube description. The Horizon Forbidden West story is so sneaky.
Yeah.
Because as Paul pointed out, what they said originally was all the games in the PS5 launch window will get the PS4, PS5 upgrade for free. And originally, Horizon was in the launch window. Then they delayed it, and then they were like, well, it's outside the launch window. And when they did this and said that okay, you can get it for free with Horizon Forbidden West, they were like, well, even though it's not in the launch window, we will do it for just this one game. And it's like, hold on.
You can't just like,
I mean, don't rush games. We don't like crunch around here.
No.
But, it's like originally it was going to be one of those games, and now you're like, we're doing you such a favor.
And that's kind of the thing of like, whenever people do that thing of we're going to show off what's launching with the thing, and I'm like, if you're not like 100% certain, it seems a little weird to say, well, we're launching with this game. Like, these are the ones that are going to show up in that first 3 months or whatever you're going to say. I do come down on that idea of don't say something's going to be ready when you're that far out. You might as well take your time with it. And then, then everyone's happy when the thing finally comes out.
Yeah. Astro's Playroom's very good, by the way.
Is it?
It's very good.
You were telling me that the kind of nostalgia trip might even be fun for someone like me who never really was in the Sony.
I think so, because they're not like they're not assholes about it, especially when it's like, look, it's the when they show off the weird peripherals, because you go through, there's 4 worlds in the game. Where you get stuff from PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4 eras of things, and you can collect. You find the big sort of collections that you find like secreted around the place are like the hardware things, and so at the end of each thing, you get like the main piece of hardware. But on the way through it, it's like, hey, remember this weird peripheral, like the PS1 multi-tap?
I was going to say,
like in an L shape.
Yep.
With and it's like, oh yeah, that thing, I remember that. Yeah. And it's just sort of like, they're like, hey, remember when we made this? Remember, look at this, and each one of them is lovingly rendered in 3D. They look photorealistic, and you can like pan around them and stuff, and like you can tilt your amazing DualSense controller and tilt the thing all around, and it's neat. I don't know. It's a fun little game.
It's weird for me to think that it's like that. The Sony and Xbox and Nintendo. Nintendo we know has been around for over 100 years, but the fact that these ones have, in a gaming sense, have been around long enough to have nostalgia and history.
Yeah,
that everyone can go, oh yeah.
And then at the end, you do all that, and then all the little Astro friends or whatever are like, something's happening over there, and you go over there, and it's like this. It's the before times, because you go up these little steps, and then it says like 1997 tech demo T-Rex, and it's the pre-release tech demo of the 3D power of the original PlayStation, and it's this dinosaur, and like his polygons are jittery. It's like, oh, I remember PS1 games looking like that. Yeah. How much of a pain in the ass was it for them to make this look like that?
Yeah, to have the effect, yeah.
They would have had to be like, all right, we got to do some sort of polygon jiggling algorithm to make this look bad. But not in the way that, not talking Dead or Alive here. I mean, like,
inverse jigglomatics.
Yeah, exactly. Back face culling. Other weird terms I learned at the time. What was it at the time? Because now everyone's talking about ray tracing.
Yes.
Which existed at the time, by the way, just not on live rendering. And that Unreal Tech demo had lots of stuff. What was the big technology they were talking about at the... I guess it was just 3D. I was trying to figure out like what the buzzwords were. Because you remember blast processing.
Yes. Right?
Sega was like, we have blast processing. And
it doesn't really mean
me,
anything.
A child, blast processing?
Yeah.
Cool. No, don't know what that means. I'm trying to remember what the like buzzwords around the PlayStation release were, and I don't remember them.
I don't know if they had any.
I think it was just 3D.
That it's just like, look at the 3D we can do. Because that was also the time with the N64 where they're like, look at the 3D we can do. And, everyone was kind of like that the PlayStation had already like been coming out, but like with the N64 being like, but they were also doing a 3D thing. And SGI's out, and everyone's going to have indie workstations and all this kind of
I just remember the Crash Bandicoot commercial where he rocks up to Nintendo headquarters. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Hey, plumber boy, mustache man, your worst nightmare has arrived. full 3D, lush organic environments. I don't know. This played on TV a lot when I was a kid, right? I'm just like, yeah, cool. So I guess they were just like, look, it does 3D now. And now we have the Forbidden West.
Now I have ads I can skip on YouTube. So let's feel good about that.
Maybe it was better in the past.